Welcome to AARO Voices, the podcast for American expatriates around the world. Today, we're going to talk about banking, the trials and the tribulations for Americans overseas. So, let's dive right into it. If you're an American living abroad, you already know that feeling, the constant low-level headache you get whenever you have to deal with your U.S. bank account. That is, if you still have one. And you're not alone. It's such a familiar frustration. Well, maybe your bank suddenly shut down your U.S. account just because you don't have a U.S. address anymore. Or maybe it's just that logistical nightmare of trying to get customer service on the phone when you're 6, 7, 8 time zones away. It's a shared pain for millions of us. So, yeah, let's just call it what it is. It's the expat banking headache. And we're not talking about fancy, complicated stuff here. These are the absolute basics of managing your life. Think about it. Getting your Social Security payments, paying your U.S. taxes on time, transferring funds, or even just paying off a credit card bill. Without a reliable U.S. bank, all of this becomes incredibly complicated. Okay, so that is the quiet headache we've been living with. Well, it has now become a full-blown migraine. The heat has been turned way, way up. And why? Because there's a new federal requirement that went into effect this past September 30th. And now, having a U.S. bank account is an absolute necessity. This is a massive change in how the U.S. government handles its money. This is not some small policy adjustment. It's a fundamental shift in the whole machinery of federal payments. Since September 30th, the U.S. government has completely stopped issuing paper checks. That entire system it's over, finished, done, gone. So here's the bottom line. The most crucial point, if you get any kind of payment from the federal government, think Social Security, income tax rebates, and so on, you will now need a U.S. bank account that can handle electronic transfers. Receiving a paper check has been discontinued. It is done. What if you need to make payments to the government, like for your taxes? Well, there is a short reprieve for now, but the IRS says it will issue guidance on how individuals will be required to make electronic payments when filing their 2025 taxes. For sending and receiving these payments, you will need a U.S. bank account. But there is a solution. The solution is available from AARO and from other expat organizations. AARO is AARO, the Association of Americans Resident Overseas. AARO is the international organization that has been fighting this exact battle for a long time. The answer is a real U.S. banking solution, a bank account built for the very needs of Americans living all over the world. So, what's a good way to get access to this bank account? If you become a member of AARO, that membership allows you to then join the State Department Federal Credit Union. It's a direct path to a real, full-service U.S. bank account. With this solution, bingo, those problems disappear. You get full access, simple electronic transfers, and this is huge. Your immediate family becomes eligible too. It's a switch from constant uncertainty to actual peace of mind. You get a full suite of banking products, everything you'd expect from a traditional bank back in the States. You get services that are designed for cross-border life, and most importantly, you get a stable, reliable U.S. bank that you can count on. It's so much more than just an account. It's your banking toolkit. Because at the end of the day, this isn't really about logistics or wire transfers. This is about establishing a lifeline that gives you security and maybe, most importantly, gives you peace of mind in knowing your banking ties to the U.S. are actually secure while you're living your life abroad. It's about finally removing the stress. So, we will end with this question. Is your banking life truly ready for the electronic world? You need to think about solving those problems now, before you get hit with more. Join AARO at AARO.org and become a member. This is Gary Zerker for AARO Voices. See you next time. Bye-bye.